That was 2 years ago when I first started watching him because, yeah, June of 2020 is when I discovered Mr. Kevin Samuels on YouTube, June of 2020. And he was on a show called The Six, hosted by Donovan Sharp. And yeah, anytime you see a person in a suit, you pay attention. you know, that's the ultimate uniform, right? And so I'm tuned in and I'm listening to what this man is talking about. And he wasn't talking about anything that I hadn't already thought about. You go to the barbershop, you hear some of these conversations. He was echoing things that I had either thought about and in some cases even put in motion. But it wasn't his talking points, it was the packaging because he was doing something that I had never seen on YouTube. I couldn't find anybody else like him, and it reminded me to stay unique, stay in your lane, be true to what you're doing. And there it is. That was my takeaway. And that's what you're supposed to do whenever you come across something. You're supposed to take what's useful, dismiss the rest. Take what's useful, dismiss the rest. I have lived by that for the majority of my adult life. And so that's what I did when I was watching him. And I knew that he was going to have major success on YouTube. He was at about, I think, 60,000 subscribers when I discovered him, I think. Definitely under 100,000 because he didn't hit 100,000 until like November of 2020, I think it was. Yeah, because he went viral a couple of times on World Star. And then, of course, the average at best video, December. Well, no, the full length video was like November because he did it in Los Angeles. Yes, the average at best video, the full video was recorded with him in LA. And me being an LA guy, I kind of appreciate that. And then there was the clip that was released in December of 2020. And then the rest is history. He took off after that. So no surprise there. But yeah, he had an impact. He really did in terms of just stay true to you. Be true to who you are and do your thing. Find your lane, stay in your lane, and work your angles. And there it is. And he was the ultimate. It was kind of like watching a master class on marketing, a master class on networking and those kinds of things. And even though those things are not unfamiliar, you're kind of seeing someone do that in real time and you're seeing it work. So he's not only doing it, it's working. So you have to give credit to where credit is due. And that is the impact of Kevin Samuels. I enjoyed watching his videos and especially the music warm-ups before the show would start, about 15 minutes. He would have these music warm-ups. I actually, there's a guy, I think his name is Deshaun. He would tag the music. So shout out to him because I actually discovered some of the musical titles because he wouldn't always tell you where he got the music from. So when Deshaun, I think it's Deshaun, hopefully I got the name right. When he would do the timestamps, you would see the titles of the tracks. So then you could look it up, because I love me some music. And Kevin had a very unique taste in music, very diverse. And so I said, okay, yeah, let me look that up and create sort of a playlist. So I put together a unofficial Kevin Samuels soundtrack, of some of my favorites from the playlist during the warm-ups. So that was cool. And then the sound bites. Yeah, those sound bites, man. I'm a PhD, and all. Oh my goodness. I wonder if there's going to be some t-shirts now. Oh man. Anyway, my favorite sound bite, the Roadrunner sound bite. He didn't use that sound bite that much. Yeah, he didn't use the Roadrunner sound bite that much. Although there is an episode, I got to find it because there's an episode where he used the Roadrunner sound bite a lot, like throughout the whole episode. I was like, oh. Anyway, and I did watch his last show, and it was funny. It was really funny. I remember laughing at one part of the show where he just had this look on his face because the caller interrupted him to ask a question, and he had this look on his face, and I just busted up laughing because I was like, oh my goodness, this is just, and that was his last show. So the impact of Kevin Samuels: take what's useful, dismiss the rest, and be true to who you are. There it is.